Good afternoon, welcome to yet another playoff race here at Charlotte at the Volvo. It is me here once again, since the original commentator again managed to get the race somehow. We don't know how he keeps on doing this, but it doesn't matter. Here's Jackson's normal pole position as of Gisberg and Gisberg transcended. It takes all the way down to P7 until we see the lead playoff driver, James Bond, followed by Kai Burton and Jimmy Johnson in 9th. But we are on the way now, very soon, for the third playoff race here at Charlotte. Jackson Storm getting away pretty well, but Gisbergen gets away a little bit better, but Jackson has the inside line. He takes the lead. And Gisbergen has... Oh! There was an accident right behind. Oh, that's a massive accident. Christian Mansell blocking the field. And that has to be a caution straight away. Out even a corner in and the pace car already has to come out. And there's I think that was Max Verstappen, who's out of the way, who just disappeared into nothing. Kind of a chaotic start here at Charlotte. As we see Demlin getting ahead. So I think... Oh, there's no caution, okay. Different woods on the ovals, I guess. I'm not a NASCAR expert. It's Jackson Storm in the lead, ahead of Gisbergen and Gibbs. Jack Ray following in 4th, having a battle with Harvick for 4th place. But things stabilizing at the front. Jimmy Johnson currently the lead playoff driver. I don't know who has to score how many points to get into the next one of the playoffs, because once again, I'm not a fan of artificial entertainment. But Jimmy Johnson seems to have the best chances right now, ahead of Bond, of course. And Carl Edwards, who had some terrific luck in the last 2 races, only 20th place. He has very little chance to get ahead, as we see Kamui Kobayashi sliding a bit and losing several positions. He's going all the way down to 33rd place. As they are now going side by side into the banked corner. Going to the braking zone. Kobayashi trying to retake the position. He is successful in doing so. And right behind the number 19 FedEx car trying to pull up a move. He's getting a little bit boxed in by the car in front. But he still gets ahead and he goes round the outside. Several drivers pulling to the pits now. To review their cars. As we see now Jackson Storm. He has to defend his lead now from Gisbergen. Gisbergen pulling it around the outside, which return to the inside line in the next corner. Jackson keeping it ahead at the moment. I think he touched the wall a little bit. And it doesn't matter, Jackson Storm still pulls ahead into the first bank corner. Gibbs also under pressure from Kevin Harvick. Harvick, he's pulling a move to the inside, he has a look at the inside line. Gibbs apparently unable to defend it. Harvick moves up to the podium position. And Gibbs has to settle in for 4th, which might turn to 5th because Kyle Busch is looking a little bit quicker than him. Pretty close fight for 3rd place. Jimmy Johnson has a little bit of a look on Kyle Busch. Gibbs trying to retake the position from Kevin Harvick. As we see now, Jimmy Johnson down the inside of Kyle Busch. Gibbs retaking the position, meanwhile ahead on 3rd. On the outside, they now both go. Running right a little bit. Harvick keeps third place. Or maybe not. They are still side by side. Going into the infield. As we head into the first oval. Once again, Harvick's in. Oh, Kyle Busch running right, hitting wall a little bit, falling all the way down behind James Bond. Gibbs now settling in for 4th place. Lead still. Storm pretty much controlling the race ahead of Gisbergen. Harvick in 3rd. Gibbs staying in 4th place. Maybe Jimmy Johnson has a little bit to say about it. As we see Jackson Storm now pulling a gap on Gisbergen. His lead becoming more comfortable a little bit with 8 to go. As Jimmy Johnson, I think, has... No, he's under pressure from James Bond now. They are both playoff rivals, remember. This is probably the most important swap on the field at the moment. Mr. Como now is going through the order once again to see where everyone is. A pretty calm race right now. Not many battles going on. Except for here, Demlin against John Galio. Galio having a bit of a gap, but Demlin seems to be close. This is the fight for 25th position, I think. As we know, we return to the leaders. Gibbs still putting pressure on Kevin Harvick ahead. Trying to retake the position. But Harvick at the moment seems to have it under control. Although they are close, Gibbs having a little look. They had to 7 to go. Gibbs might take it down the inside. He does take it down the inside. In the background, Bond and Johnson fight it out for the playoffs. Harvick on the inside. But once again, Gibbs hangs it on the outside. James Bond does the same thing. Takes momentum with him, but this is not enough to overtake Kevin Harvick. Johnson and Bond still battling it out. I think, yes, Johnson pulls up ahead, defends the position, defends 5th place. Although Bond is not giving up, he is hanging in there. Heading to the first oval, he will have the slipstream, but Johnson will also have a little bit of slipstream from Gibbs. Taking a look at the lead once again. Storm still controlling Gisbergen behind him. As we see Strip Weathers, the King, having a surprisingly good running at the moment in 7th place. He has been a little bit nowhere this season. It's glad to see him do well. Even after the normal season standings have been concluded. Kevin Magnussen is the winner. And Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson and Strip Weathers now pulling into the pit lane. 6 laps to go. This promotes Gibbs into 3rd for the time being. Gisbergen now pulling closer to Jackson Storm, surprisingly. Storm finally experiencing some pressure. But Storm... I think Storm is pulling ahead before heading to the first oval section. Gisbergen trying to get momentum, trying to get a slipstream. But Storm still controlling the pace right now. Lead isn't that comfortable, but he has everything under control. With 5 laps to go, he really looks like the certain winner. But I think he still has to pit for fuel. And he does. Gisbergen as well.
Gibbs and Bond also pulling to the pit lane for fuel. Cody also, followed by the Monster Energy car. And now we see, can Kevin Harvick, can he do the undercut to maybe rival the lead pack? Can Jimmy Johnson undercut James Bond for the lead? They are heading to the final oval. We are waiting whether they will come out, as we see a little bit of a scrap right behind. They're heading to the final chicane. They're heading to four to go. Storm and Gisberg should be out of the pit lane right now. We could see Cody for a short moment. So I think Gibbs and James Bond keep the position. Bond undercutting Kevin Harvick. Moving up to 4th place. Harvick immediately putting pressure on the Aston Martin. I would have thought racing. As we see now, cars going side by side once again. The King fighting for position. As we run down the order once again. Cody we're happy because he doesn't have to be involved in the fight at all. Storm increasing the gap to Gisbergen actually, it seems. Johnson down the inside of Kevin Harvick. He wants to catch up, of course he wants to catch up to Bond as quickly as possible to steal playoff points away from him. This is an important race for both of them, because this is the final race before we decide which 4 drivers have to go and which 12 drivers get to stay. Johnson now ahead, but Harvick isn't giving up easily. Will he have a look down the inside? As we look at Storm once again, he has indeed increased the gap to Gisbergen. He looks like the safe winner. To run down the order once again. Hamilton haven't looked down the inside. Doesn't quite make it, but he's still alongside though. He's sticking his nose in, but it's so close. But it looks like he won't be able to get into the position. Right behind Kevin Magnussen tries something similar on the number 13 car. But he also has to tuck in behind. But coming back to the lead. Things seem to be calm all around. But James Bond under pressure from Jimmy Johnson. This is a crucial battle for 4th place. Storm going through the final chicane, making it 2 laps to go here at the Charlotte Oval. But this is the battle we have to put our eyes upon. Bond ahead of Jimmy Johnson. Who will steal the points from whom? As right behind, the King was going side by side with somebody I saw in the background. Cody were in between in 7th. And yes, we're battling it out against Kenseth in the Xbox car. And I think that was the Ritz car battling it with the Monster Energy car but up the road. The number 45 getting the position. As Strip better loses the position to Kenseth. We once again take a look at the lead to see no changes at all. Storm still pulling ahead of Gisbergen. Bond successfully defending against Johnson. Seems to be no pressure put on him at all. And as the leader is now heading to the final lap, I think. Yeah, he's heading to the final lap right now. 1 to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Jackson Storm looking very comfortable to win the Charlotte Roval. Gisbergen in 2nd. I don't think he has any chances to catch up here. Gabe sitting in third, and then Bond, the lead playoff driver, barely ahead of Jimmy Johnson. But Bond able to extend the gap a little bit, getting some breathing room between him and the 96 car. Followed by Harvick and Cody Ware. As we now head into the final oval section. It simply was Storm's race. He had pole position. He led pretty much every single lap, excluding the pit stops. Controlled the pace. He 90% of the time had a comfortable gap ahead of Gisbergen. And a really deserved victory for the number 17 driver. He heads now through the oval into the final chicane. Jackson Storm wins the Charlotte Oval round here at Charlottesville, ahead of Gisbergen. Gibbs will take third place. Bond fends off Johnson for the best playoff position at the moment, followed by Harvick, Ware, Kenseth, De Quick and Albuquerque. Edwards makes a recovery drive to P12, finishes third of the playoff drivers. If this is enough, I don't know. As we see, drivers still battling it out of the minor positions. But the race is pretty much concluded. As we see the last drivers finishing the race. Here's our race winner, the man of the day, Jackson Storm. What a display of talent by him today. Totally deserved victory. And then heading into the next round, we will only have 12 playoff drivers instead of 16. And until then, see you next time. Bye.